Morning. This is a informative video for anyone looking at the college prep and AP World History. This is a sophomore course that both of the classes are A through G requirements to prep you for UC and CSU subject areas, and it is a full year course. College prep, the book that we use is Modern World History on the left-hand side. We start off with Rise of Democratic Ideals and go all the way up to globalization, and they are aligned to California state standards. Expected outcomes and skills regarding this particular class. We want our kids to be global learners. A lot of our Tory students graduate and really go out and do some pretty amazing things internationally and here in the United States. We want to teach your kids how to take really good notes, how to look at documents like primary and secondary sources, newspapers, and articles, and even image analysis. We do teach your kids how to present, how to read more effectively and efficiently, a lot of vocab words, getting kids really involved in our local communities to help out. That's definitely one thing about Torrey Pines students, to make connections from the past and the present, and to be able to research and analyze, like looking at the images to the left-hand side, Balboa Park in the old days with the World Exposition, and then linking it to modern day and seeing like the Spanish influences and things that went into it. Like those discussions are powerful. Estimated homework varies 30 to 60 minutes sometimes, and that could be in the course of 2 days. It could be one day. But remember that we see each other every other day. Chapters are about 2 to 5 pages. So a lot of times in college prep, we'll do a lot of the coursework in class with, a little bit of reading or some type of assignment at night that might look at documents, articles, self-reflective pieces about something that we talked about in class. And one of the things that we really talk about with college prep course is a lot of the kids choose college prep because they're doing a lot of extracurricular activities and they want to have a really well-balanced schedule. They might be working or even taking care of people at home. So, this class is really good for students that are extremely busy. We teach them to make sure that they monitor Google Classroom, use Aries to monitor grades, using reminders and things on their phones to help them plan efficiently, and making sure that they're also aware of stressors and things that might be bothering them if they need to change a habit by waking up earlier just to study a little bit more in a quieter setting. Things like that is really good in terms of college prep courses. This is a sample college prep text reading. You can see the vocab right there is highlighted in blue. That's the great thing about this book, is all the vocab is highlighted. There's a lot of pictures. The reading is pretty explanatory, easy to digest for sure. And again, pages for a chapter reading might be only 2 to 4 pages. So let's switch over to AP World History. You'll see a big difference in this. This is the book. It's called Ways of the World. It is used in various colleges in the United States. And again, there are 9 units total. Topics including things like developments in East Asia, like looking at Japan, Korea, and then going into places like the Americas, looking at places like Latin America, and going into places like Africa, the Middle East. There's a wide range of topics. So 9 units total. Take this class if you really are interested in history. We don't want, people saying, "Oh, take AP World History, it's easy." It's not easy. We love the course. We teach it with definitely with our hearts, but we want to remind you it's a rigorous class. It's a college level course for high school students. So if you can balance rigor and extracurriculars really well, take it. If you want to gain, better skills to read for understanding and understand the world around you, take it. If you want to improve your reading, like as mentioned in the statement above, with critical thinking skills, take it. And this is another course for writing as well too. Like your writing will definitely increase for sure in this course. Travel, if you love to travel or want to travel, this is another great course, or even following current events. Here's a sample reading from AP World. You can see that the vocab words are not highlighted like the college prep textbook. There's a lot of context, like you need to understand in order to read a chapter. Usually your teacher is going to introduce you to the topics ahead of time. And you'll see, like, for example, in the middle, Karakoram, right? Like, where is that? So a lot of times, a lot of these like vocab things and things in the text are usually taught in the class before you do a reading, or it could even be vice versa, where we want for you to dive into the reading and then come to class with discussion. Historical thinking skills are really big. This is the College Board skills that they teach in this for this class. There's 6 of them, so you can see anywhere from developments and processes to contextualization, which is like looking at historical events and how they develop, right? Or even looking at skill number 6, which is argumentation. This is huge for writing essays, for writing short answer questions, for also prepping your student for college. That's what you're going to do a lot is a lot of writing. The other historical thinking skills are the reasoning process, comparison, causation, continuity, and change. These are all the different types of skills that will be taught in order to prep your students for writing pieces. There's another one called the document-based question, where they're provided with about 6 or 7 documents that they look and read very quickly. And then they piece together those documents and write whatever the topic is in a essay. So it's again, lots of writing in this class, lots of reading, lots of understanding of images and primary sources and secondary. And last but not least, we just want to remind you that if you're going to take AP World History, take it for the right reasons. Okay, you're going to see that there's a lot of skill sets that we teach you. We're also, you're in a college level textbook that's used at places like UCSD or even just like private universities. So 1 to 2 hours of homework, chapters range about 30 pages, but we break it up. So we might have 5 pages that you read, or you might read 15 one day and then 15 a different day before you come to class. Grades, remember that this is a weighted course. So if you do receive a B in this class and you're used to getting A's your freshman year, it is a college level course for high school students. So it's going to be very different than what you've experienced. If you get a B, it's actually an A. If you get a C, it's actually a B. So make sure you understand that. And if you don't, clarify that with your counselor. Resilience, too. Like, you need to have a positive attitude and just know that in some cases you will make mistakes and it's okay. If you are ready for that challenge and that you know that sometimes you're not going to do so well on a test or a free response, but you just hang in there and advocate for yourself and work in your groups and discuss things to really understand it, then you'll be good. And we've had some really great experiences in both college prep and AP World. And what makes it great is that positive attitude and willingness to learn and make mistakes. And, it's okay. You're going to get through this. So hopefully, you have a better understanding of both of the courses. Pick what's the best choice for you. And just know that we all help each other out in this whole process of learning. And we just really strive to help each other cross the finish line. And again, we want to remind you, our students from Torrey Pines High School go off and do some really amazing things. So I hope that this helps you in your decision, and we welcome you.
Hello, I'm a senior at Torrey Pines High School, and I took AP World History back sophomore year. I mainly took it just to learn about different cultures and traditions of the world, especially since a bunch of previous history classes don't tend to cover non-European or non-US history. And so I decided to take it and try it. Why not? And learn more about it. And I learned a lot. I learned not only basic academic knowledge about the history, but I also learned how to do organizational skills and note-taking, better time management, especially with all the activities I was doing that year as a sophomore. I was doing about 4 to 5 different activities, including tutoring, robotics, academic team, a couple other clubs. It was definitely a bit of a learning curve, but managing the workload was definitely doable, and there was actually a fair amount of flexibility about how I could get my work done, and that was very nice. I learned to plan out my homework time a lot better. I became way more efficient at taking notes, and it definitely gave me a huge variety of skills that I then later applied to other AP courses, especially studying for the AP test. The benefits of learning about the world is not only do you learn to appreciate a variety of people and cultures from around the world, you actually learn more about people's background, and you're able to talk to a variety of people and have very interesting discussions about them, about their history and where they come from as well. You also learn all about all these random unique places, niche or from different places around the world that you normally wouldn't learn about. And it's just very interesting to discover how these places developed and and their different foods and what they've created and how that interacts with the larger picture, and that then leads to you having actually more modern day knowledge about like international relations and now knowing the background of knowledge of all those countries. AP World was definitely a very valuable experience for me, and I would highly recommend taking the course.
I chose to take AP World History because I wanted to challenge myself with a rigorous course, and I also wanted to learn more about the world. In this course, I learned to read and process large amounts of information quicker by focusing on the larger picture instead of the smaller details. And as a sophomore, I was doing cross-country during the week and volunteering on the weekends, but I was still able to manage my coursework because I didn't procrastinate. I knew that I had a lot of work to do, and I would regret it if I allowed myself to procrastinate. This course also helped me with future AP courses because it trained me to read quicker and take good condensed notes. I think learning about world history has made me more interested in world politics. I have taken up the habit of listening to the news podcasts, and I think my knowledge of world history really has helped me understand global events better.